Support WrestleTalk!
Donate on Patreon.
The Royal Rumble is one of the biggest events of the WWE calendar year. It's the first step on the road to WrestleMania, and with 30 guys doing a large number of planned spots, it's no surprise that sometimes things can get botched. And I'm not just talking about the entirety of the Triple H vs. Scott Steiner World Heavyweight Championship match. I am Luke Owen, and here are some of the biggest Royal Rumble botches. Number 1, Steve Austin eliminated early in 1996. Before he was flipping the bird and driving beer trucks, Steve Austin was the ringmaster, fresh off a big run in WCW. And despite saddling him with a lazy gimmick where he was set to become the new $1 Million Man, WWF had big plans for Austin. So much so that in his first Royal Rumble in 1996, he was set to be in the final 4 guys. That's a big step for someone new to the company. That didn't quite plan out, however. During the match, Austin had a planned spot with Fatu, better known now as Rikishi, which would see Fatu clothesline Austin over the top rope, but he'd hold on and crawl back under the bottom rope. However, Austin lost his grip and fell out of the ring. Fatu had a lot of baby oil on him, so the ropes were very slippery. I was going to do a deal where I go over the top rope, hang on, and come under the bottom rope. Well, zip zip boom, I lost my grip, fell on my keister, on the apron, and on the guardrail. And I'm like, oh man, I'm the new guy in the company who are trying to give me a little bit of a push by letting me be one of the last guys. And I blow it. Number 2, Alex Riley eliminated early in 2011. Another early elimination botch here, and Alex Riley was set for a big spot in the 2011 Royal Rumble, the first and only Rumble to have 40 entrants. As best as we can tell, the original plan was for Riley to eliminate Cena with the help of The Miz at some point in the match, to set up John Cena versus The Miz at WrestleMania. However, during a spot where Cena and Kofi were trying to eliminate Riley, he lost his footing and slipped to the floor. Cena and Kofi stopped stunned for a brief moment, and then Cena spent a long time after that talking to referees at ringside about what to do next. The commentators hilariously don't even pick up on it, with Miz simply saying that Riley was being smart on the outside. Many have theorized that the Santino spot at the end, where he hid outside the ring before being thrown out by Alberto Del Rio, was planned for Riley, but no one knows for sure. Number 3, Titus O'Neil botches his elimination. The leader of Titus Worldwide isn't featured in Royal Rumble video packages, but if things had gone to plan in the 2015 Rumble, he'd have been in every video package until the end of time. The plan was for Titus to run it in and be eliminated by Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns in just 1 second, tying him for Santino's record. However, Titus was too far away from the ropes, meaning on their second try he was eliminated in 4 seconds. Poor old Titus. Vince McMahon was furious over the only spot that was supposed to be timed perfectly screwing up. Number 4, Taka Michinoku face plants. In the 2000 Royal Rumble, there was a running gag that Kai and Tai, the tag team made up of Funaki and Taka Michinoku, weren't booked for the match, and so they tried to constantly interfere but get thrown out like the comedy jobbers they were. However, during one of these eliminations, Taka lost his footing and landed on the floor face first. He was taken to the hospital. They showed the replay of him being injured a half dozen times, basically every spot where he was supposed to run in later, and Lawler acted like him being hurt was a big joke. Number 5, Randy Savage forgets the rules. The rules of the Royal Rumble are very simple. To eliminate someone, you must throw them over the top rope and have both feet touch the floor. And we've already seen in this list that even if you happen to be eliminated by accident, you're still eliminated. But try telling that to Macho Man Randy Savage in 1992. The 92 Rumble may best be remembered for Ric Flair's incredible victory, but there's also this little gem where Randy Savage eliminated Jake the Snake Roberts, and then jumped over the top rope to continue his attack, thus eliminating himself. The commentators correctly pointed out that he had been eliminated, but then said the opposite when Savage got back in the ring to continue the match. Number 6, Mil Mascaras also forgets the rules. In a similar category is Mil Mascaras, who got a surprise entrance in the 1997 Royal Rumble due to the event being held near Mexico. However, according to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer, Mascaras didn't want anyone eliminating him. So instead, he eliminated a couple of guys and then did a plancha from the top rope to eliminate himself. The commentators covered for this by saying that Mascaras didn't know the rules of the Royal Rumble. JBL, who reportedly wasn't a fan of Mascaras, would often bring this up on commentary as one of the stupidest things he'd ever seen in Royal Rumble history. Number 7, John Cena and Batista botched 2005 Rumble finish. Of course, one of of the most infamous Royal Rumble botches of all time happened in 2005, where the final two guys were the company's next big stars, John Cena and Batista. Both men would capture their brand's championships at the following WrestleMania, but it was a rocky road getting there. The original finish was to see Batista dump Cena over the top rope from a powerbomb position, but former WWE writer Dave Lagana speculates that Batista got his bell rung from a Cena punch, and the two spilled to the outside. Bruce Pritchard explained further in an interview with Wrestle Inc. The initial reaction was the second reaction was, let's take a look at it and see if, hopefully, Cena hit first. We looked at it and every angle, there was no angle that you could even argue that Cena hit first. They hit precisely at the same time. You couldn't have planned this better. They landed at the same time. One idea was to send either Eric Bischoff or Teddy Long out to restart the match, but neither were close enough to the entrance, so instead Vince McMahon was sent out, leading to number 8. Vince McMahon tears his quads. As Vinnie Mac strutted to the ring, he slid in but caught his knees on the ring apron, which is made of steel. When he stood up, he instantly fell back down and acted like nothing happened. It was later revealed that he tore both his quads, the same injury that kept Triple H out of action for most of 2001. Dave Lagana reveals that Stephanie McMahon then had to take over production of WWE shows for the time being. The next day, we produced the first WWE Super Show without Vince McMahon, and then boarded a plane to Japan where WWE taped television for the first time ever. It was the fast forward button on a time when WWE would exist without Vince McMahon. What was the reason Brock Lesnar went to New Japan in 2005? Click the videos in the center of the screen for more awesome wrestling content.